Hi everyone in English 10, it's Mrs. Long with a new week and a new unit. I hope everyone out there had a wonderful 4-day weekend. I know I felt like, why don't we have more of these? Anyway, hopefully it was a good chance for you to rest, recover, catch up, have some fun, get outside and enjoy something above zero temperatures in Colorado. Just before we get on to our new unit, I just want to have a few notes about Unit 5. I know many of you are still working feverishly on those papers, getting it done. You've had various reasons, your health, or you started late, or you just flat out got behind, which is understandable and easy to have happen. But I would point out that we have what's called due dates and what we have is called deadlines. The absolute due date was actually yesterday evening, but the absolute deadline, the last day you can turn in any work from Unit 5 is next Tuesday, the 25th. And then after that time, Unit 5 will be closed for late work. So do try to get everything in before that time so you can get the maximum credit for that unit. And I would encourage you to turn in something rather than nothing. I can't grade nothing, but I can give you some points if you turn in something, even if it's not your best work. And you and I may know it's not your best work, but turn in something rather than nothing. But I am looking forward to reading many of those papers that I see that are in the box now, and I hope that you will enjoy sharing them with each other as well, or that you have enjoyed sharing those drafts with each other. Also, I just point out that since I think that reflection is really important to our learning experiences, I would encourage you to take advantage of an opportunity for an extra credit reflection discussion board. And that will be due next Tuesday. Give you some time to think about what you really learned out of this unit. And sometimes what we learn may not be what's in the Jefferson County objectives, but it may be something that was important to you. So I would encourage you to post something you learned about your topic, something you learned about the process, something you learned about organizing your time and managing, and think about what other people have learned too. I think that has a lot of value to us as individuals, as students, as professionals, and as people. So I'd encourage you to do that. Please let me know if there are any other questions or concerns as you're wrapping up Unit 5. If you're stuck on something, I really want to help you get unstuck, because that's really an uncomfortable place to be. I've been there myself. Don't want to see you there. So be in touch with me. I always appreciate the email, the text, anything that you can do to stay in touch and let me know what's going on. Okay, Unit 6. Unit 6 is a 3-week unit, and it is on a topic that is something so basic my 2-year-old can do it, and so refined in advance that people actually get degrees in this. And the topic is persuasion, how we get other people to do what we want them to do. You have been doing this since you were a little kid, trying to get your parents to buy you that Super Power Ranger or the Hot Wheels tracks, trying to convince them that you could really go out on your bike that far and you'd be back in time before it was dark. All of those things that you have done to try to get other people to see your viewpoint. As we get older, it becomes more complex in terms of political issues, where we try to persuade other people about the value of, say, Obamacare, or that you should vote for Mitt Romney, or you should vote for any particular proposal. And we're exposed to advertising in our daily lives, not only on television, but increasingly everywhere on the web. You can't go on a website without seeing little flashing lights in your face telling you that you should be looking at this car insurance. And you can't get a YouTube ad without having, or YouTube video, without first having an ad that you may or may not have to preview in order to see your YouTube video. Advertising is everywhere. And if you know what advertisers or what politicians are using, what those tools are that they're using to try to persuade you, then you have power to be the independent thinker that you really want to be. And that is the value of studying this unit. So, I think some of you have some background knowledge on this. It's been my experience before that students come in having maybe done some of this in middle school. Curriculum tends to be that way. It tends to be recursive. You go around and around and you study it in greater depth each time, and sometimes you get a review. If you have done something recently on this and you'd like to show me the work that you have completed to show me that you have these skills, I'm open to that. Just be in touch with me. So we are moving on to Unit 6, Session 1. The first session is on persuasive appeals. This is the basics, the tools that they're using: ethos, logos, and pathos. These are the 3 pillars of persuasion. You're looking at ethical frameworks, logic, and emotional appeals. That's where my 2-year-old comes in. You'll also look at some of the techniques of persuasion, propaganda. Things like bandwagon that you may have heard of. Everyone else is doing this, and so you should do it too. Glittering generalities. It's all wonderful. It's all good, and there's no downside to any of these pills that our pharmaceutical companies try to convince us to buy. Some of those techniques in propaganda. This week we're focused on advertising. In the second session next week we will look at political campaigns and political rhetoric. You'll be looking at Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. May be familiar to some of you, but it's an excellent example of persuasion. And in the final session, session 3, you will be creating your very own persuasive appeal, creating a video of that and posting it for others to see. So with that, if there are any questions, please be in touch, and have a great week starting with persuasive appeals. Look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye-bye.